The first friend I made manually, not being like 2 years old, making a friend and then just sticking with that person for the next like 20 years. The first friend I actually made, I was completely conscious. I was like, 14, 15 years old, something like that. I decided I am going to make friends. This was my decision. I strategized. I had this entire Google document. Google Docs, bro. I was on Google Docs and I was writing down, who are possible candidates to be my friends? Who do I even want to be friends with? I was looking at the people in my school, typing on Google Docs. And I had a few possible candidates and I decided on one at the end. And I just decided I'm going to talk to him, right? I went up to him at the end of class and I was literally just like, hey, do you want to hang out? Oh yeah, I'm just going to dox all of these people's names, by the way. So maybe if you want to find them and track their location, So this person is called Dima. And I was like, Dima, do you want to hang out at lunch? And he said no. He said no. And he was just like, I want to walk alone. No thanks. And that was a little sad. But, you lose some, you win some. And I just started walking by myself. I didn't have any other friends at this point until I saw Dima walking the opposite direction of me. And I was like, oh, yo, Dima, what's up? And then I just kind of followed him. And I started talking to him. We actually vibed quite well. And I just asked, oh yeah, can I have your phone number? Let's hang out another time. Friend. Instantly. I mean, I still had to do a bit of work. I kind of knew how friendship worked a little bit. And because of that, I consistently invited him out. So after getting his number, I invited him out on the weekends and we would hang out at like the town center and everything. And after doing this for like a week or two, I kind of dialed it down. It was kind of set in stone. Okay, we were friends now. Cool. Done and dusted. That was the first friend I made. So what can you take from that? And I made the other friends in a bit of a different way. I'll explain that. But what can you take from that if you're making an in real life friend? Okay, well, first of all, just go up and talk to them, bro. You don't need any complex mythology or some complex thing you can do, some like line in order to make friends, bro. Just say, do you want to hang out? It's so simple. You don't need anything cool or fancy. If you guys are actually compatible in any way, you don't need to plan things out, because if you actually had a friend who you really liked and vibed with, guess what? You would just talk to him without thinking. You don't need to plan when you're speaking to friends because you just flow with them, like a wave. So don't even think about what to say. Just hang out. Do you want to hang out? I thought you were cool. Whatever. Of course, if it's in the real world, not school, then you can do the same thing basically. If you see someone who kind of looks like, your type of person, you can just go up to them and be like, bro, I just thought you looked really cool. What's your name? It's that simple. You don't need any fancy lines. And if you vibe with them, that's great. Then you've succeeded. Boom. You've made your first friend. It took like 2 seconds, bro. And if you just invite them out to tons of stuff and you increase how much you hang out with them, you basically just turn them into a friend. Because if you see someone like once and then that's it, they won't really turn into a friend. It's how the human mind works. I don't know, okay? I just know if you meet someone new and you want that person to be a friend, see them a lot for the first 1 to 2 weeks of meeting them. Every day, ideally. And that'll be enough in different environments as well. So if you meet them in school, then invite them out on a walk to the town center. And then next time, invite them out to play a sport with you, or invite them out to a cafe, invite them out to tons of different things over the next 1 or 2 weeks. And then you can kind of dial it down and relax. It's not as big of a deal. The fire of friendship has already been made. It's not going to disappear instantly now. And then the other friends I made We're actually on this app. It's called Skool. So Skool. And you can literally download this app. It's kind of like Discord in a way, but it's more educational based. It's an education platform. You go in one of these communities on something you want to learn. Let's say you like art, right? You're an artist. And you go in an art community. There's this community of other artists, and there's like courses in it from the person who made the community that teach you art from this career, for example. And in there, at least for my community, there's a maps feature. It doesn't dox you, but it shows your general location. And there were these people who were also in the UK and Scotland, and they were messaging me, do you want to hang out? Why not? But of course, these people are already similar to me. They're in the same community. They already like what I like. If you meet someone in this art community, for example, they like art as well. So they'll be already kind of similar to you. So now we meet up. Of course, I'm already good at talking to people. I've been practicing social skills, so they already kind of like me. We hang out. It's really fun. And that's that. It's so simple because you don't need to like vet for people. Are these people who are similar to me? Do they like the same things I like? It's guaranteed because they're in the community, especially if it's like a paid community. So the one I was in was a paid one, and it was kind of an investment. I think it was like, £30 a month or something, but it was definitely worth it. Because everyone in there is obviously going to be higher quality. Some guy who doesn't really care about art, for example, he's obviously not going to pay £30 a month to be in this art community, unless he actually wants to learn and meet other artists. And bro, that was very fun. Like meeting people who are similar to you and making friends, it's such an incredible experience that I think a lot of people don't really experience. Like making friends who are actually friends, not like fake friends or classmates. No, friends who you hang out with. Bro, I went on hikes with them. We've done escape rooms, just talked about such deep stuff. Bro, it's fun. I'm telling you, it's very fun. And you learn a lot about yourself from hanging out with people who you genuinely enjoy hanging out with, because compared to the people, like these fake friends that you have or just being alone, you actually have to act a lot differently because friend group dynamics are very different when you meet friends who are actually similar to you. So I'd recommend joining Skool because you might not know anyone near you who's kind of similar to you in any way. Like I was quite lucky with my Skool. Like imagine having someone similar to you, and call it a flex, whatever. I'm quite a unique person in that regard. Finding someone similar to me was such a lucky case in this Skool with like 1,000 people. So you might not be as lucky as me, especially if you're in some like country where no one likes what you like. That's why I'd recommend joining Skool. You don't have to. I have a Skool community of my own, top link in the description. It is about socializing, making friends, how to make friends, how to become more confident and charismatic so people actually like hanging out with you. There are courses in it. You can meet other people who are like you and use that maps feature we talked about. You can literally just copy exactly what I did. This is the video, bro. This is the video. Just copy me. Copy what I did. You might start a Google document, make a fin like that. Either way, it's extremely fun to have a fin, and it's so much worth it. If you fail, the only risk is embarrassment. That's it. So I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the community. Bye-bye.